your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Chrissie is hilarious.
Chrissie, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell at before you blow up a plane.
30 seconds remaining.
But you know what good you say? I doubt it will stand up to something. I haven't been disrespectful to you at all.
I was very confused by the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that's also what we call it when Ash takes off his shirt. I shouldn't be up here. I should be in school on the other side of the ocean. Hello. Welcome to Mayr in the Morning, your gentle Chrissie Mayr based morning show. Hello, welcome. It is Monday, November 14th. Goddamn. It is still my birthday month. Don't ever forget it. Wet Spot is back tonight on Compound Media. I mean, it didn't go anywhere. But tune in at 7 p.m. Eastern on Compound Media to see Glenn Miller, Nova Ray, and Gigi Dior. Also, my teeth cleaning is now going to be next Monday. I thought it was going to be today, but my teeth are safe another week. Guys, what is up? So much is going on. Yes, everyone. I am still collecting birthday wishes. Thank you very much. I think I'll probably celebrate it another 2 days. I think Wednesday is the cutoff because then it really creeps into Thanksgiving territory. And yeah, I can't make Thanksgiving about me. That's crazy. Guys, also on Thursday, I'm going to be Jersey people. Listen up. This Thursday, November 17th, I'm going to be at the Stress Factory in New Brunswick. Get your tickets now. Keanu Thompson, who you've seen on Content House and also Compound Media and also is Gino's girlfriend, will be opening for me. So that'll be a really fun show. I'm going to pick her ass up from the city. We're going to drive to Jersey. We're going to probably stop at a rest stop, have some rest stop hijinks. That is sometimes the best part of a road trip or going to Jersey is stopping at the various rest stops. Because I get into this place where I need coffee like every hour. And then the coffee cups just build up. And then you're like, is this my life? Is this my life just buying one cup of coffee to the next until I die? It's okay. Today I'm drinking home blend, whatever is brewing in the pot. There's a real coffee machine upstairs. Downstairs in the hole that I live in. No, it's not a hole. I have a Keurig machine down here that I'm running out of cups for. And I'm also thinking about transitioning to like a French press or something. Trying to up my coffee game. Homebrew. Yes. Simcast was so much fun last night. We easily went 3 hours. It was myself, Lila Hart, Carmaxla. The return of Carmaxla. Very exciting. We learned that Carmaxla might slightly be inbred, which is fine. She's beautiful and perfect the way God made her. Brittany Venti was there. She's getting over a cold. That Tug Life. Mandy Summers. Anna, that Star Wars girl. Cecil jumped in for a little bit. And yeah, I gotta see if I can have one of my crypto guys come on and explain this to me. I'm learning about everything that's going on with FTX. Like FTX was this huge crypto that is basically filing for bankruptcy, but now people are looking into like what are their ties to the Democratic Party. It's looking like perhaps they laundered a bunch of money to the Ukraine. I don't know. I'm still collecting details, but I should get one of my crypto guys on here to explain that. Lot going on in the comedy world. I almost don't even know where to begin. I'm going to begin with Gallagher died on my birthday of all days, which is kind of just horrible timing. Legendary comedian Gallagher died at 76. Remember Gallagher? He smashed all the watermelons. That's his legacy. Watermelon smasher. Comedian Gallagher, best known for smashing watermelons with a sledgehammer, has died. He was 76. His former longtime manager, Craig Marquardo, confirmed with Fox News Digital that he passed away surrounded by his loved ones in California. The legendary comedian known as Gallagher has died at the age of 76. He shared in a statement, Gallagher out of a coma telling jokes. He was in a coma after a short health battle. Gallagher, born Leo Gallagher, succumbed to his ailments and passed away surrounded by his family in Palm Springs, California. He had previously suffered numerous heart attacks, something he and David Letterman talked about on an appearance a few years back. Oh, I wonder if he was jabbed. Gallagher's rep stated that the comedian most likely held a record for the most stand-up dates by attrition alone. Interesting. I've completely forgotten what attrition means. Oh, isn't attrition when you leave? I remember when I used to work at the private school, attrition would be like people who left. Gallagher became a household name in 1980 with his comedy special An Uncensored Evening, which was directed by Mike Nesmith of the Monkees fame. It was the first comedy stand-up special ever to air on cable television. He went on to do 12 more for Showtime over the next 27 years. Only George Carlin has done more. Damn. Okay, so he's done a lot of specials. Gallagher toured frequently until the coronavirus pandemic hit, after which he spent time visiting his son Barnaby and his daughter Amy. Gallagher rose to fame from a clever bit he did with a handmade sledgehammer he dubbed the Sledge-O-Matic, at which the end of the bit he would smash food on stage and spray it into the audience. That's awesome. That's so awesome. I bet he got so many people angry about that. I bet there were so many complaints. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And I wonder if he had a requirement, like if he wouldn't do it at smaller clubs, if he had there had to be a certain amount of people there to do it, or he just would do it if there was even a few people in the audience. Marquardo described Gallagher's massive success, saying he was the #1 comedian in America for 15 years, with some of that due to the popularity of his stand-up specials airing on MTV in its early days, bringing him an entirely new audience. Oh, remember MTV? MTV was fun. For decades, Gallagher stayed on the road touring around America. His rep stated that he most likely held a record for the most stand-up dates. Gallagher toured frequently until... I feel like I just read this. Okay. Gallagher was known for his edgy style, brilliant wordplay, and inventive props. In his later years, he did a long-running Geico commercial, appeared in his first movie, The Book of Daniel, and launched a farewell tour. While Gallagher had his detractors, he was an undeniable talent and an American success story, his former manager concluded in his statement. In 2003, the comedian ran for governor of California as an independent. I did not know that. I did it in order to get publicity, Gallagher said during an interview with the Vallejo Times-Herald in 2019. In his campaign, he vowed to sing the national anthem in Spanish and to clear Southern California freeways with the help of military helicopters. According to the media outlet, I have insults for both sides, he added. That's good. After receiving nearly 5,500 votes, Gallagher finished in 16th place in the state's gubernatorial recall election. In 2016, the comedian suffered through several health battles. Gallagher had a heart attack at a Texas bar before going on stage for a performance in April of that year. Wow. That's what I would do. Why not? If you're up to it. At that point, if you're feeling well enough, there's always that fear that you're going to die on stage, just as long as you're not bombing. He was immediately hospitalized and doctors put him in a medically induced coma. Gallagher previously suffered a minor heart. Damn, this boy's having a lot of heart attacks. He suffered a minor heart attack after collapsing during a performance in Minnesota. He is survived by his son Barnaby and daughter Amy. Wow. Totally non-political. Okay, these are some of the comments. Gallagher was great. Totally non-political. Just wanted to entertain his audience. We could use more like him. Comedy where people busted a gut and fruit gave their guts to the gag. One of a kind. This guy is on the tail end of a generation of comedians who were actually funny. See, it makes me sad that this is the perception. Like, I think most people are just not really consuming comedy specials or watching comedians. I think it's almost like you have to know one. Like, one has to really, like, pop up in your life, or you have to be a comedy nerd. But I feel like most people are just like, "Eh." There needs to be more comedy in people's lives. The man who made it fashionable to wear raincoats and cover oneself in plastic if you were in the front row. Truly one of a kind performer. I think I still have a watermelon seed in my ear from 32 years ago. Okay, cool. He was famous for the sledge-o-matic, but his observations on life were funny. Having his first child gave him a whole new perspective and new material. Truly a wonderful comedian. Wow. I wonder if there are any videos of him. Probably. There must be. Gallagher fans are not comedy fans, JR? Really? He's just I think he also transcends like famous for a comedian into like being kind of a famous person, like a celebrity also. We gave up on comedy when we lost our balls. We can get them back, right? Flagrant. It's not that there aren't any funny comedians anymore, but the actual funny, edgy boundary pushers rarely get any publicity. That is true because the gatekeepers of the mainstream don't really like people who are not Democrats or liberals. So there. Maybe there are, and I'm just not seeing them. Young Pei Chang, a sock to grow a block, a pinch to grow an inch, in a smile to grow a mile. Happy oh, this is a poem you came up with. Happy belated birthday. Thanks, Young Pei Chang. A sock to grow a block, a pinch to grow. What the? Is this supposed to be sexual? I'm gonna be thinking about that all day now. What's up, Chewy? Morning, Chrissy. Hope you are well this morning. Tomorrow is my B-day, and I hope to see the hottest in Houston during the week. Oh, I hope I get to see the hottest. Is that a band? I don't know what you're talking about, but have fun. Yeah, man. All the November birthdays are coming out. We're creeping out. We're getting out there. Mm-hmm. That's what we do. Oh. Is it a common expression? Okay. What the fuck do I know? Let's see. Is this probably something I would get copyright struck for, is playing Gallagher comedy? Wow. Okay. He would skin the watermelon and then hit it. Did it do? Okay. This is just like a news broadcast. Wow. Like, what would lead up to him smashing the watermelon? What would be the setup to that? Maybe he was pro-choice.
This guy is far out. All right, before I smack the peeled watermelon,
Oh, it's peeled.
I want to
It's gotta
remind
be
you, don't
easier.
steal. A lot of you people take you can't even use.
Good
If
for
you
him.
do steal stuff, I want you to make it matter.
Okay, even if you don't like get him, I like that he's taking like you got to take risks on stage. Why the fuck
All
not?
right, ladies and gentlemen, help me to dispatch this melon.
A lot of lead up.
2.
Oh,
Help me to dispatch this melon, Gallagher.
okay. Yeah, it barely went into the front row. That's cute though. He did it. You got to take risks on stage. Why else are you up there? I feel like a lot of comedians forget to use their bodies and their voices, and you've got a lot of tools at your disposal as a comedian, and I think it's a good reminder that even for me to use those things, yeah, do more freaking voices, do more act outs. Why not? So rest in peace, Gallagher. I am inspired to take more risks on stage. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Dave Chappelle, he got some shit from being on SNL. This was all the talk leading up to this weekend, Chappelle was going to host SNL, and somehow I don't understand. Like they're calling it anti-Semitic for some reason. Maybe I'll read a few different articles to get different takes on this and what happened. SNL slammed for Dave Chappelle monologue popularizing anti-Semitism. How? The Anti-Defamation League called out the NBC late night show after Chappelle's comments about the Jewish community. What did he say, though? The fact that Chappelle is considered a divisive comic, I mean, if they can take down the biggest one, I don't know. I feel like the fucking mainstream media is very anti-comedy. The divisive comic spent the bulk of an extended monologue on Saturday Night Live, giving his thoughts on Kanye West. Okay, that's extremely safe right now. Everybody in Hollywood is shitting on him, so this is not a risk. His rants about the Jewish community. On Sunday, the Anti-Defamation League CEO, Jonathan Greenblatt, criticized the NBC program, accusing the late-night stable of popularizing anti-Semitism. How, though? We shouldn't expect Dave Chappelle to serve as society's moral compass, but disturbing to see at NBC SNL not just normalize but popularize anti-Semitism. How, though? Why are Jewish sensitivities denied or diminished at almost every turn? Why does our trauma trigger applause? First of all, it's a comedian's job to make fun of everyone. Haven't we been talking about this for years now? Like, didn't we just come out of talking about this again because of the whole trans shit? Like, yeah, we can make fun of trans people just like we can make fun of white people, just like we can make fun of black people, and just like we can make fun of Jewish people. If the only reason to not do a joke on stage is if no one laughs, then you got to tweak. So why this, like, are Jewish people supposed to be exempt now, just like trans people are exempt from comedy? Okay. The Jerusalem Post tweeted the American comedian Dave Chappelle said during his SNL monologue that he denounces anti-Semitism in all forms before promptly engaging in anti-Semitic tropes. Well, what were the tropes? What did he say then, if it's so bad? While Time Out New York theater editor and critic Adam Feldman tweeted that Dave Chappelle SNL monologue probably did more to normalize anti-Semitism than anything Kanye said. Everyone knows Kanye is nuts. Chappelle posits himself as a teller of difficult truths. It's worse. Oh, so let's see. Are they going to start calling Dave Chappelle nuts now? Watch for that to happen. Yet Tangle News founder Isaac Saul tweeted, "Let me be the first Jew to say Dave Chappelle's SNL Open last night was hilarious, timely, honest, and a reminder that he still understands this country better than a lot of people whose whole job it is to understand the country. It's okay to acknowledge there are a lot of Jews in the media and Hollywood, and just like Dave said, you can simultaneously note that it's very stupid to think this means they are in some cabal controlling the world." Okay, that seems like a well-rounded take. Chappelle's 15-minute monologue has racked up 3.2 million views in less than 24 hours on YouTube. Or are they like fluffing this anti-Semitism thing to get more views? Is this something like NBC is kind of like in cahoots with, to be like, oh yeah, let's get a lot of hype around this so people tune in? I think it could be that. And then people are going to tune in and go, oh, I didn't think it was that bad. And some people are like, I think it was horrible. 3.2 million views in less than 24 hours. More than any other SNL video since last May. It included comments. And remember, leading up to this, there were like reports of certain writers that were going to like opt out of the show because of him. It included comments such as Chappelle saying Ye broke the show business rules of perception. If they're black, then it's a gang. If they're Italian, it's a mob. But if they're Jewish, it's a coincidence and you should never speak about it. That's actually funny. For full context, the monologue is below. He added, I've been to Hollywood. This is what I saw. It's a lot of Jews, like a lot, but that doesn't mean anything. There's a lot of black people in Ferguson, Missouri. Doesn't mean they run the place. The comedian said he understood how somebody could adopt the delusion that Jewish people run show business. It's not a crazy thing to think. It's a crazy thing to say out loud in a climate like this. You really can't fault people for thinking that. And that's what they seem to be doing, is faulting people for even having the idea. It's like, well, if they're not, then prove to us that they're not. or like have a sense of humor about it. Chappelle also discussed NBA star. This is another very safe target right now that the mainstream is going after. Kyrie had a target on his back ever since he wouldn't take the vaccine. So I feel like this whole like anti-Semitism thing is what they're gonna get him out for. Who recently was suspended from the Brooklyn Nets after he shared a link to the documentary Hebrews to Negroes Wake Up Black America, a film that contains anti-Semitic sentiments. So literally for sharing a link to a movie. He was slow to apologize, Chappelle said, and then the list of demands to get back in their good graces got longer and longer. And this is where I draw the line. I know the Jewish people have been through terrible things all over the world, but you can't blame that on Black Americans. You just can't. Before the monologue, Chappelle unfolded a piece of paper and read a dutiful statement. I denounce anti Semitism in all its forms, and I stand with my friends in the Jewish community. And then added, and that, Kanye, is how you buy yourself some time. That's funny. They're calling this anti-Semitic. My God, it's like y'all gotta have a sense of humor. This is not even that edgy. The uproar follows Chappelle receiving considerable blowback for 2 Netflix specials where he criticized trans rights movement and made jokes that many felt were transphobic. I think they wanted to take him out somehow over this transphobia shit, and it didn't work. So now they're moving on to anti-Semitism. I think they really want to take Dave Chappelle. I think they think he has too much power. I don't know. Then again, he is on SNL. Last year, Chappelle won an Emmy Award for, ironically enough, hosting Saturday Night Live. The Hollywood Reporter has reached out to NBC for comment. What do you guys think? I think a lot of this is just to get views for SNL, which is failing SNL. This is where I should go into a Trump impression. Okay, let's see what CNN thinks. They're usually fair and balanced. Is this his monologue right here? Okay. No, there's the fact that Dave Chappelle was hosting SNL is because he's basically a comedy legend. Okay, you think it was a genuinely great monologue? Let me see if I can play it for her.
As concerns for the environment.
Who cares about the environment? Honestly, what has the environment ever done for me? Windmills. Okay, hurry up. Ads.
In the Jewish community. And that, Kanye, is how you buy yourself some time.
That's funny, man. Everyone needs to fucking relax. Okay, this is saying similar to what the other article said. Yeah, he's just making observations that there are a lot of Jewish people in showbiz, just like there's a lot of Black people in Ferguson, Missouri. What they're almost making it a crime to make fucking observations. I feel like that's increasingly what the mainstream media wants you to just ignore the observations you make in your day-to-day life. Nope. It's their job to tell you what to think and what you're seeing. I mean, if all he did was make fun of Kanye and Kyrie, I feel like that's a pretty safe monologue. Wow. Really? I mean, are we really in a contest to see who's going to be the most offended? It's very gay if that's the case. What's up, Jim Jones? Thanks for the 5. Look up Chappelle Gallagher skit. Almost died laughing and happy B-Day to all us crazy Scorpios. Whoosh. Scorpios. Chappelle Gallagher skit. Was that something he did on SNL? Let me look it up. I hate the word skit, by the way. I think it's so dumb. It reminds me of like how my parents would like make fun of me for pursuing comedy. They'd be like, "Are you doing your little skits tonight? How did your skit go?" Oh, Black Gallagher. Oh, it was a Chappelle show skit. Oh, I see. Yeah. Maybe they just want to silence Dave Chappelle overall. Like they want to piss him off, irritate him to the point where he's like, fuck it. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm just going to do shows. I don't know. Who's even watching SNL still anymore? I think it's all this hype just to help their ratings. Okay. Let's talk about Conan. Someone sent this to me. I'm Conan O'Brien's assistant of 13 years. I nap on the job, expense things I shouldn't, and talk back, and I'll probably work for him forever. Sounds like a great job. I wonder if this girl was working here when I was an intern there. Sona Movsesian was an NBC page. Oh, that's the job I really wanted. I really wanted to be a page for NBC. They basically just give tours and they make 30 grand a year. But I was like, I will do anything to get this job. I was so freaking qualified. I was a tour guide at college and I had 2 NBC internships, but nope. No page job for Chrissie. That's fine. I got over it clearly. All these years later, and I'm over it. That's fine. I worked for Radio City Music Hall, just like Wesley Snipes did. Okay, Sona Movsesian was an NBC page and landed her assistant job through an internal recommendation. Aha! Connections. Movsesian said she and Conan have an unusual boss-employee relationship. She shares 3 important lessons she's learned about working in Hollywood. The only thing I learned about Conan as an intern is that he really likes vanilla Stonyfield Farms yogurt, bubble-flavored bubble gum. I think it was extra. And he likes to eat at City Lobster. But who knows? That was many years ago. Could have changed. And one time I had to pick up his credit card that he left at a bar. The bar was called Esca in the city. I was like, ooh, exciting. I had to go pick up a card. Isn't that sad that I remember all this stuff years later? The As Told To essay is based on a conversation with Sona Movsesian, Conan O'Brien's assistant and author. Aha! Okay, she's pushing a book. Author of New York Times bestseller, The World's Worst Assistant. It has been edited for length and clarity. I've been Conan O'Brien's assistant since 2009. Of course, everyone is replaceable, and I could get fired tomorrow, but I feel like I've made myself indispensable in my job, and therefore I get away with a lot while working for Conan. I push the boundaries of what a normal assistant should and shouldn't do a lot. So with Conan's blessing and his foreword, I wrote a book called The World's Worst Assistant, which is now a New York Times bestseller, and which is also now the reason for this article. There are some very important techniques and bits of advice in there, including how to nap at work, how to watch a feature-length film at your desk without alerting your coworkers, or just generally how to do the most minimal amount of work possible. Okay. I mean, I doubt she would have this job for 13 years if she was truly, not doing very much. I think she's just trying to be funny. Could this advice get you fired? Well, yeah, it could. Or your situation could turn out like mine, where you get to write a book about it instead. I didn't always strive to get away with things at work. In fact, when I started out, I was quite the opposite. I worked really hard in my jobs, always striving to impress and go above and beyond. I wanted a career in television, and I was willing to work for it. Wow, this sounds like me. Out of college, I desperately wanted to work in television. I would have done anything to work at Conan after that internship. It was so competitive, though. Holy crap. I've never had an internship or worked somewhere where it felt that competitive. There was a whole culture when I started out in the entertainment business that was all about paying your dues and giving yourself completely to your jobs. Yep. Compromising who you are and what you want to get ahead, get a job, or to make your boss happy. Oh, yeah. Me too. In every day job I've had, it's like I eventually over time would stop taking a lunch hour. I would live at my desk. I would always work later than my hours. Because you get, I don't know, maybe if you're a certain type of person, you get into this thing where you constantly feel like you're not doing enough. I thought this is what I had to do until I started working for Conan. The way I got my job was pretty straightforward. Before I got the job as Conan's assistant, I was an intern at NBC. Just like me, bitch. Then I was an NBC page. Ugh, I wonder if she interned at Conan. Probably. If she didn't, that's going to make me mad. I got a job at NBC after that. And while working there, I heard Conan's show was moving to LA. I remember going to HR and being like, hey, I want to work on Conan's show. I didn't have a plan for how I was going to be a part of that show. I just knew I wanted to work on it. The HR department said they'd post the jobs in the fall. I checked the website every day until a PA job was posted. I applied and surprisingly was brought in to interview as Conan's assistant instead. They had me do a first interview, which was pretty professional and straightforward. Then I had my second interview with Conan and two of the producers. I think that right off the bat, they could see that I was cool under pressure, an important trait for a Hollywood assistant. Plus, right before my interview, the publicist for Late Night, who I had crossed paths with at NBC, texted Conan and said, Sonia's a rock star, or something along those lines. I feel like now he should probably apologize to Conan for lying to him about that. But really, I think that having someone internal vouch for me really took me over the edge. Duh. For getting hired. There's a whole world of personal assistants who are ready and willing to go the extra mile. They'll drive to their bosses' homes, replenish all the flowers, scatter rose petals around the bathroom, and fill the bathtub with lavender. I feel like Conan probably encountered a few of those while he was interviewing, but I was somebody who clearly loved television, was familiar with his work, and I think both of us felt like this is something that can really work. Yeah, it's like, do your personalities jive? The relationship that later developed was definitely unexpected on both our parts, but I've learned some pretty important lessons from Conan in my 13 years as his assistant. Being professional is not as useful to a comedian as a sense of humor. When I look back at my working relationship with Conan, when I had just started the job, I remember I was so buttoned up. Conan was always riffing and joking around the office, but there was a very strong mutual professionalism and respect there when I first started. The breaking point of our professional dynamic was around 3 months into the job. And I was talking to my grandma on the phone in Armenian one day. When I hung up, Conan said, what was that? I told him I was talking to my grandma. And he said, oh, it sounded like you were arguing with Dracula. That was joke number one. That's funny. He met my dad once and started making jokes about his mustache. His story was that my dad built my brother out of wood because he's Geppetto, the puppet maker. A year later, he was telling people, oh, yawning. He was telling people that I was born on the island of Armenia and my dad was a goat herder. Apparently, there was an attack and my dad put me in a, in a basket and I floated to this country where I jumped out of a bush while Conan was walking down the street and he thought, oh, I'm going to domesticate this person, make her my assistant. It was just riff after riff. I think that had I not laughed at the joke he initially made about me arguing with Dracula, our dynamic would have been a lot different. But when I laughed then, I mean, he probably would have still making jokes just like at you and not with you. But when I laughed and then at all the other ridiculous things he said about me after that, I think he realized I had a sense of humor. And I acknowledged he really valued having someone around who he could riff off of and make laugh. We both let the professionalism between us chip away. Now there's just none left. Conan went from being my boss to my friend and surrogate brother. When the dynamic shifted, so did my work ethic. That's awesome. It's ultimately like all about the personalities. You definitely want to feel like you can joke with someone you're working closely with. Being treated like garbage isn't a requirement to moving up in Hollywood. Well, should have told me that 10 years ago. Not only did Conan allow me to be myself early on, he also got a kick out of it and made sure his audience did too. Appearing on screen with Conan wasn't something I was necessarily hoping for. It was really organic. Conan's good at using the people around him for comedy. So he started having me in bits on air. I think the biggest one was one day when I lost my mug and I wrote a very scathing email to the entire staff, which was a complete abuse of that email list. Why would she do that? Every single person who worked on that show and everybody from the network, all the executives, everyone. And I just was like, where is my mug? And an hour later, Conan shows up at my desk and he's got a camera crew. That's great. That is so funny. See, like that's how you know he's very good at improv. From there, it just became a thing. I think what Conan appreciates about me is that I don't try to ham it up for the camera. I really don't change who I am. I don't have any aspirations of being on camera. This is probably the most important part of working with a comedian. Because if you're kind of both competing, not like Conan would be competing with his assistant. But I think generally, this also explains why it's very tricky for two stand-up comics to date, because you're both kind of competing for the camera. But I think this is why they're kind of like yin and yang. She didn't have any aspirations of being on camera. I don't have any hopes of becoming the next Conan. I think that if all of it ended tomorrow and he wasn't using me for bits, or I wasn't on the podcast, I would be fine. And I think that he likes that about me. Yeah, nobody wants somebody like desperately seeking that kind of attention around them, because it's like someone like Conan. He's worked so many years, worked so hard to get where he is. The last thing you want is someone who you feel like is trying to use you, I don't know, or just like climb to the top and make it about them. I think our dynamic is just fun to watch. When you put a camera on, people are like, that can't be real. And then when they realize that it is real, they're curious. I think what fascinates people is that authority is a complicated concept in Conan and I's dynamic. You know, when I first pulled this article up, I thought it was going to be cheesy and I was going to not like this girl, but this is actually making me want to buy this book. I guess that's the point of this article. God damn it. He's the boss. He hired me. He pays me, and ultimately he can fire me. But at times, I really don't act like it. I talk back to him. I forget important things. I tend to disregard things he feels are important. Okay, she's very lucky. But ultimately, Conan knows I would do anything for him or his family, and that he can trust me. I think that's ultimately what it comes down to, is the trust part. My job is to make sure Conan has what he needs and where he's supposed to be and when he's supposed to be there. I don't have to have the boss assistant relationship with him that everyone expects in order to do that. And Conan knows he doesn't have to treat me like the back end of a human centipede for me to do that either. Yeah, I was an assistant for like many years, like 15, and it is like it really takes your full everything. Weekends, you're like a freaking handler. Okay, number 3, I don't need to move up from being an assistant. I have everything I want in a job right here. Okay, this is why she's kept her job for 13 years. That's what people hate, is when they ask an assistant, like, oh, what do you want to be in 5 years? And if you say anything other than being an assistant, like, you're not going to get the job. When you're an assistant, you have to act like it's the fucking end all be all. I don't know how I got off the ambition wagon, but I'm grateful that I did. When I first started, I was like a lot of people. I wanted to take over the network. I wanted to work in development or programming or scheduling or research. I wanted to run the show, and I thought, I'm going to take over television. Yeah, and then you get comfortable. Then I saw a lot of people who were in that position. I'm not going to say, and also she probably was paid really well. I'm not going to say that executives don't love their jobs. I'm sure they do, but I also think they feel like they are constantly on the chopping block. I think they constantly feel as though people want their jobs, or if new management comes and they're going to restructure everything and they won't have their jobs anymore. Yeah, I think being an assistant is kind of easy in the sense that you just vibe with your boss or your several bosses, like if they're sharing you. And then you do kind of make yourself unfireable in that way. None of that was appealing to me. I wanted to be happy at work and not have to feel that fear and pressure. When I got my job on The Tonight Show, she worked on The Tonight Show first. I loved going to work every day. There are so many people who dread. Oh, was this when Conan had The Tonight Show? God, it all blends together. I loved going to work every week. There are so many people who dread going into work on Monday. I've never felt that working for Conan. I started to realize how special that was and how valuable it was. I'm working with, in my opinion, the funniest person on television, and I'm working on a show that I'm proud of. I realized I didn't need to keep looking for the next thing. I think I will. It sounds like she's talking about a husband, doesn't she? I think I will be Conan's assistant until he dies. I'm going to ride this wave for as long as I do it, girl. Ride this wave. I bet you're making bank. She's probably making like at least 200K, probably more. Some years ago, I would have thought it was crazy that I was still an assistant. Most people don't think of an assistant job in entertainment as a forever job. The people that want you working for them do. There are, of course, people who are career assistants, but I never looked at myself as that person. But I'm working with people I love. Conan asks for my opinions on things, and everything that I wanted out of a job is in this role. I don't want to go anywhere else. I don't know if it's a lack of ambition. I think my ambition just changed to something else. My old self or me in my NBC Page days would look at me now and think, wait, you're still an assistant. But then my Page self would look at me and say, wait, you wrote a book and you finished it. You're on the New York Times bestseller list. That was never on the vision board. You're on a podcast. Do you even know what a podcast is? Okay. I mean, like the fact that you're on a podcast, that's not that impressive. Anyone can start a podcast. I never could have envisioned myself ending up here when I was a page, and that's a good thing. Keeping an open mind has served me well. If I could inspire even one person to quit a job that makes them miserable, I'd be happy. Oh, that's nice. Every assistant job I've had, have I hated every single one? At times, yeah, sure. I think a big part, it's like you're always happy in the beginning, and then you like learn who you're working for, and you're like, oh God. I think a big part of why I'm lucky is because I was able to go with the flow. I had family around, so if I didn't like a job, I had the privilege to leave it and have financial and emotional support to do so. Oh, okay. So rich parents. Got it. I know a lot of people aren't in that position, and I get that, but I do want to be able to empower people to leave miserable jobs, and that's one of my goals of my book. Yeah, but people don't have the fucking luxury to be. Most people stay in their miserable jobs, not because they don't have the balls to leave, but because they don't have the money to like, they're afraid they're not going to either make as much money or it's going to be harder to be hired somewhere else. I think that's that whether you're a Hollywood assistant or you work at a local grocery store, everyone just wants to work with the people that treat them with respect and everyone wants to be compensated properly. Unfortunately, if you want to work in an industry that's as competitive as television, whether you get that is going to come down to luck. Yep. And she had that connection. Alternatively, if it doesn't work out, you can read my book for tips and tricks on how to abuse your corporate card without technically embezzling or how to leverage your pregnancy at work. Oh, wow. She probably had that sweet, sweet maternal leave. Maternity leave? Is that what it's called? But I really hope that people will read The World's Worst Assistant and see that there are exceptions to what they think is the rule for this industry. And I hope that they start to demand more for themselves. Okay. People in the comments think she's doing sexual favors for him. Oh, boy. Yeah, I bet he's just chill to work for. And he probably has so many people working for him that it's not like it all comes down to the assistant. Good for you, Sonia. Okay. Still a miracle that Sam Hyde pulled off the Jews rock bit with the Adult Swim producers on camera when he was still doing $1 Million Extreme. Okay, I have no idea. I still don't really know who Sam Hyde is. Is that embarrassing? I hear his name a lot, and I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm not even interested in looking into it. But I will look into it because you said so, Young Pay. Base Native, inshallah, I will be the next Conan. Go for it. Russell Hall, I feel like we all might be leading Ashton Birdie down a dark path. What? What are you talking about? What can the chat do to speed this thing up? What are you talking about, Russell? Ashton seemed like she was doing great last night. She was chirpy. She was upbeat. She was in a bathtub. She seemed to be in good spirits. Maybe you're just trying to be funny. Young Pay, literally the book version of working at Twitter. Huh. Yeah, I've worked at like fun companies and you get tricked by the perks, but it's like, you're still a slave. Sonia voted for Biden as well. Oh yeah, probably. Assistant is such a womanly job. It's literally made for women. Like it's your job to cater to their every need. You literally become like a work wife. I did it for many years. And then I wouldn't get a raise. I gotta talk about my last day job at some point. I gotta figure out when to do that and how. Because that would be very exciting. I feel like people would be interested to know what the inner workings were like of my last job. Okay, from one Conan thing to the next. from his assistant. Speaking of Conan's sidekicks, Conan's sidekick, Andy Richter, is totally team cancel culture. Oh, God, what a shame. This is out of the Daily Beast. The comedian shares why it's about time cancel culture was a thing, along with experiences of seeing it play out in real life. Plus, why he's okay being Conan's sidekick. Probably for the same reason that his assistant likes working for him, because he's cool and he probably gets paid well. Actor and comedian Andy Richter's take on cancel culture can be summed up in 3 words. Bring it on. All right, so he's pro cancel culture. Why? It's about time. It's about time we stop saying lots of the things that we say, and it's about time that we stopped jokes? It's about time that we stopped not caring about things that we don't have to say, like words that we don't have to use. See, I think it already sounds like he's getting hung up on, like, why do people have to say the N-word? I already feel like that's where this is going. And with these people who are pro cancel culture, like, don't realize it's not about like saying a word or not. It's like having the freedom to make a joke. And if a particular word makes that joke funnier, then you should be out. This shouldn't be a fucking issue. But they get fixated on the words and not like the spirit in which you're saying it. Okay. Conan O'Brien's sidekick tells host Andy Levy on the bonus episode of the new Abnormal podcast, for the most part, people that have gotten in trouble deserve to get in trouble. Ugh. Let's remember this the next time Andy tells a joke that doesn't land or that pisses people off. And the whole point of it is 5 years ago, they wouldn't have gotten in trouble. So this is good. Ew. Richter tells a story about a one-sided conversation with a fellow parent in his fiance's daughter's dance class that illustrates his point. One of his things was, don't you just think it's impossible to do comedy anymore with with this cancel culture? And it's just like, no, not if you're not lazy. But probably the guy who's saying this feels like the type of comedy that he likes has very much been stifled by the current culture. That's where this is. It doesn't even sound like he's understanding this from that guy's perspective. No, not if you're not lazy. Okay. He shares how he put that into practice upon learning that the M word is offensive to little people. Oh, midget. That was just a comedy staple, just spilling out of everybody's mouth. Really? Everyone's saying midget? Okay. And I never thought about it. I mean, I was already like, I had been on TV for years and I found out, oh, that word's really hurtful to a lot of people and makes them feel like shit. Oh, well, that's easy enough. I'm just not going to say that word anymore. But yeah, how many jokes did you actually have about midgets? I don't really buy that. Levy brings up Elon Musk taking over Twitter and his apparent crusade to bring free speech back to the site. What couldn't you say that you think you can say now that you think is funny? Oh, I don't know. Talk about medical freedom. Talk about election integrity, things like that. Give me an example. This is what these fucking retards get hung up about. They think it's about the N-word. And since probably Andy Richter has a lot of mainstream opinions, probably votes Democrat, probably is just going in the flow of the mainstream, is not saying anything particularly edgy that he has to like defend on. These people think it's about being able to say the N-word, and it's not. It's about diversity of ideas. And we all know what ideas are frowned upon on Twitter, YouTube, etc. Especially in the last 2 years. Is that funny? Like, Dane Cook is a professional comedian. You're telling me he couldn't be funny on Twitter until Elon Musk bought the stupid site? What an idiot. What a dumb take Andy Richter has. That's how I know this person has gotten like way thick. Sometimes I really think that there gets to be a point where you make so much money that you become so comfortable that you're actually not funny anymore. And I think that's where Andy Richter is at. The two Andys also discuss why Richter didn't vote for Bernie Sanders, if he regrets that decision now, and why he's okay being called Conan's sidekick. I don't need to be number one, he says. Plus, a deep dive into his affection for the Twitter porn bots that spam his account. Sounds hilarious. Ugh, how disappointing, but I'm also not shocked. Like, nobody's thinking about Andy Richter anymore. Let's be honest. Bye. Too much cake. Yeah. It's not about just being able to say the N-word. And anybody who had an opinion or something censored or deleted in the last 2 years, it's like, you all know what I'm talking about. Russell Hall. I feel like a man who wasn't lazy would weigh less than Andy Richter. Excellent point. Excellent point, Russell. Yeah, he's the definition of comfortable. What's up, K-Max? Why do comics anymore never ever seem edgy politically? I swear I know what they will say before they even say it. So predictable, and nobody sticks their neck out anymore because it's dangerous to truly stick your neck out. Like, it seems like Andy Richter and a lot of these mainstream comics will just, they know what the kind of, even with Chappelle and his SNL thing, like making fun of Kanye West is not edgy. Literally, you'll get applause just for shitting on him. It doesn't even have to be funny because everyone's decided that he's public enemy number one all of a sudden. Because why? Because he doesn't follow the mainstream. Because he's a free thinker. But it's much easier to say, "Oh, you're crazy." So you get everybody, because he does have power and pull and influence, but they want everyone to disregard everything he says if they can't control him. So they just say, "Oh, he's crazy." Comedians, a lot of comedians look to Hollywood ultimately for their ambitions, and Hollywood and comedy are still very much linked. And I think a lot of comedians are truly afraid to get on the bad side of Hollywood because they think ultimately, oh, I want to get into movies. I want to like get into television, so I can't piss those people off. And that ultimately keeps you from voicing what you think would be an edgy take. So it's a lot of probably self-censorship going on. Oh, you can't say the N-word. No, everyone knows it's not about the fucking saying the N-word. But it comes down to, yeah, they don't want to lose work, K-Max. Like, they don't want to piss off somebody in Hollywood or a high-ranking, like, kind of gatekeeper that might be a Biden person. Or just a Democrat, you know? It's all about money. No Hollywood for Owen Benjamin. Yep. He's a good example. And it's literally only has to it's only a thing like on Twitter, like go to like a black neighborhood and start telling people they can't say the N-word. Good luck with that. Or even just like literally anywhere. It's about the control of speech online overall. You guys know that. I'm preaching to the choir. This candle, I don't love it. It's supposed to smell like coffee. But it burns too quickly. Like I've only been burning this like what, an hour? And already it's like a huge pool of wax. And then you have to be really careful because like if you move it, the wax could like extinguish one of the wicks. It smells good, but it's not my favorite by any stretch. Okay. Yeah. Boo to you, Andy Richter. But again, like what are you doing? What are you working on? Why is there an article about Andy Richter right now? Like, what is he pushing? Is he pushing this? Is it his podcast? The New Abnormal. Is this a podcast he does? It's Andy Levy's podcast. All right. So maybe they're just trying to push that. Maybe they're trying to push this podcast and they go, oh, Andy Richter was on it. Let's make a press release about it. Anytime you read something, especially with a celebrity, you have to be like, what are they selling? Like, what is the goal here? Is it what they're talking about or what they're trying to promote? Okay, I love talking about Nick Cannon. I don't know why. I like that. I hope he keeps having more and more babies. I hope he knocks up as many women as possible. There's a woman who's now pregnant with his 12th child. This is out of Page Six. I love Page Six. Nick Cannon pays a lot more than $3 million a year in child support. Imagine having 12 kids. There's no way he knows all their names. Like, I was one of 3, and my parents would call me the wrong name all the time. My mom would get mad and call me fucking by my dad's name. She'd get mad. She'd be like, Frank. I'd be like, okay. Nick Cannon set the record straight on his child support payments. Being a dad of 11, it's going to be 12 soon, breaks the bank. Nick Cannon clarified how much money he actually pays in child support each year after the U.S. Sun estimated that he spends $3 million. Let's go to that article. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So this came after, I guess the Sun looked into it after it was announced that he is expecting his 12th child. Wow. Okay. I definitely spend a lot more than that on my children annually. The All That alum 42 told the Neighborhood Talk on Friday. I don't plan to ever have to participate in the governmental system of child, he continued. Oh, all right. So he's trying to say that he spends more than like the child support amount. Whatever that is. Cannon became a dad in April of 2011 when he and his then wife, remember him in the Mariah Carey years? That was fun. He and Mariah Carey had twins, Moroccan and Monroe. They're now 11. Does he look like he's worried about money here? After their split, the Wild and Out host welcomed 3 children each with Brittany Bell and Abby De La Rosa. 3 children each. Wow. Like in a row? Belle, 35, gave birth to son Golden and daughter Powerful. Ugh, why would you name your kid Powerful? That's putting so much pressure on them. In February of 2017 and December 2020, respectively, followed by son Rise 1 month in September. It's like a sister-wife situation. Oh my gosh, so many kids. Is it bad to say? Like I can't tell them apart. Oh, they're very cute. Oh, I think she's like the model. Aw. Those look like the twins. Wow. Cannon has welcomed Moroccan, Monroe, Golden, Powerful, Zion, Zillin, Zen, Legendary, Rise, Onyx, and Beautiful with 6 women. One of his kids is named Beautiful. Oh, man. Golden, Powerful, Zipper, and Filing Cabinet. As for De La Rosa, the 32-year-old's DJ, I'm going to sneeze. Fuck. I hate sneezing. What a waste of time. As for De La Rosa, the 32-year-old DJ's twin sons, Zion and Zillin, arrived in June of 2021. Oh boy. She gave birth to daughter Beautiful on Friday. Okay, so Beautiful is the latest one. No wonder I hadn't heard of her. Wow. On Friday, so my birthday. Oh my God. Wow, I have the same birthday as one of Nick Cannon's kids. That's actually a magical day. Good for her. Wow. Wow. The numerology on this is awesome. That's cool. That's great. Okay. Whoops. Now I lost my place. Cannon is also the father of son Legendary 4 months with Bree Tiesi, as well as daughter Onyx 2 months with Lanisha Cole. While the comedian and Alyssa Scott, wait, they're calling him a comedian? What? Since when? Okay. Welcomed son Zen in June of 2021. The 5-month-old died that December after battling brain cancer. The duo are currently expecting their second child together. Cannon's 12th. Wow. A lot of these babies are being born in the same couple years. The former Nickelodeon star has defended his unconventional family dynamic in the past, telling Dr. Laura Berman in February that he doesn't think monogamy is a healthy option. I mean, if you can afford it, sure. I feel like that gets into the space of selfishness and ownership. The Drumline star said on the Language of Love podcast, adding that he takes full responsibility for his big brood. Well, that's good, I'm sure. But yeah, like it's probably stressful if you can't afford to keep having all these kids, like, regular people feel. 4 months later, Cannon joked to 94.7's Shelley Wade that he has failed miserably at monogamy and relationships. God ain't done with me, the Masked Singer host said in June. We're going to figure it out. That's a good attitude to have. What do people think in the comments? Nick is supposedly worth a few $100 million. He's probably paying $3 million per month. He's on a mission and he's paying for it. Literally, the women he's impregnating are laughing all the way to the bank. Poor kids are a result of his sickness and the mother's greed. A free world for all. I sure hope for these lovely children present from heaven that there is enough funds to help them become young adults. I think there will be. And the moms all seem to be either like public figures or models or like in an entertainment in some way. Good for him. If he wants that many children, go for it. I just hope all the kids know each other and are one big family. Condoms are far cheaper. Nick needs to put it away and stop procreating. The earth is already facing major... Oh, we got a climate change person in the chat. The earth is already facing major distress from having too many humans. Actually, Connie, all of the major developed countries' birth rates are down. But you wouldn't know that. His 12th child shall be named what? Okay, he's starting a generational crime and welfare wave. Damn, I don't know about that. They're all really young. He's got hell coming soon. Mariah's kids will never have to want for anything. I think Mariah's kids are probably fine because their mom is Mariah Carey. A lot of the kids do have stupid names. That's my probably chief complaint. Right. It was my birthday, which means it was Leonardo DiCaprio's birthday. We share a birthday. We are both November 11th babies. Oops. He turned 48. He still look good though. What's going on? Where was Leo's party? Leo DiCaprio rang in his 48th birthday surrounded by dozens of famous friends on a private mansion party in Beverly Hills on Friday. The Great Gatsby star was joined by A-listers. No wonder. That's why all these people couldn't come to my party because they were all at Leo's party. Tobey Maguire, Bradley Cooper, Kate Hudson, Rami Malek, Ashton Kutcher, Mick Jagger, Jamie Foxx, and LeBron James. Ugh. Other notable attendees included Adrian Brody, Casey Affleck, and girlfriend Kaylee Cowan, Stella Maxwell, Nikki Hilton, Rebel Wilson. I don't know who a lot of these people are. Who's Stella Maxwell? And fiance Ramona Agruma, Evan Ross, Summer Rae, and James's agent Rich Paul. Also there to celebrate the big birthday were DiCaprio's parents, George DiCaprio and Ermeline Inderbergen, who were married from 1964 to 1975. Oh, wow. I want to see what his parents look like. Let's Google it. Okay. All right. I think he looks like his dad. Are those his? No. All right. He kind of looks like his mom here. Oh my God. His dad was like very hairy and squirrely looking. Let's share this really quick just because I'm like fascinated by him. He was my first celebrity crush after all. So this is his mom. That's cute. Kind of does look like mom there. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Very much looks like mom. And this is his dad. Oh my God. It looks so much like mom here. Isn't that nuts? Wow. Wow. You look at that. Okay. Oh, is that them now? Interesting. Oh, Leo. All right. Back to the article. It was a great party with music, drinks, and catered food, a source told people of the VIP fete, adding, everyone seemed to be having a great time. Except for this guy. This guy looks like he just got pulled over or he's hammered. Mick Jagger, wow. They woke him up for this. Who is this? Is a paparazzi hanging out in the driveway getting these photos? These aren't even good photos of people. This is, I guess it's Jamie Foxx. What is that, a Rolls Royce? What do you think, you're fancy? LeBron, some girl. Nikki Hilton. Great shoes. Looking very Hilton-esque. Rami Malek. I can't see him and not think of him playing Freddie Mercury. Yikes. Rebel Wilson. Looking like she just popped out of a Lisa Frank. Casey Affleck and some chick. Oh my God, is this AC Slater? I wonder if they're looking for the rest of her shirt. Okay, don't know who that is. Leo reportedly had guests stash their phones in secure bags before entering the party to keep the whole night under wraps. Notably absent from the soiree was the guest of honor's rumored girlfriend. Oh, he's dating Gigi Hadid now? Oh, snap. He and the model 27 first sparked dating rumors in September after they were seen at several of the same events. So this is his dad. Sources confirmed to Page 6 at the time that Leonardo and Hadid were hanging out, but taking things slow. Yeah, maybe he's cautious because she is older than 25. So he's like, oh, let's not rush into things. They were spotted canoodling at a party in Paris later that month and attended the same Halloween bash in October. A source shared at the time that the Titanic star and the runway pro had arrived together on a party bus where they were joined by sister Bella Hadid, Arena Shak, and art dealer Heli Namad. Leo seems to be moving on just fine, following his breakup from longtime girlfriend Camila Marone in August, just 1 month after the model turned 25. The Oscar winner has a pattern of ending his relationships with women once they hit the quarter-century mark. But Gigi is 27, so maybe he's changing that now. My birthday was 2 days ago. My family and I went to Black Bear Diner. 8 of us had people sing to me and cool cake. 45 is probably my best adult birthday. Sorry, no pics to show. My family had to give their phones to the wait staff for privacy. I don't get that Bradley Cooper is a heartthrob. I think he was. I didn't know Leo's father was Ron Jeremy. I'm sure they all arrived via climate-friendly means. Oh, wait, they only require that for us. That's funny. What is a grown man doing throwing himself a 48th birthday party? Come on, you're Leo. Leo gonna be Leo. Camila Marone will fade away like the other post Gisele. I have long suspected Camila had a side boyfriend while going through the motions with Leo. Ooh. Okay. The gathering of fools. Wow. Yeah, it's easy to point out the hypocrisy with the whole climate change thing. Well, happy birthday, Leo. My birthday buddy, my birthday twin. Well, not twins. Same day. Different years. Do you think he'll... But you know what? George Clooney, for a while, they were saying that he was never going to settle down. Leo is classic Scorpio. He's a womanizer, man. That's classic male Scorpio tendency. Russell Hall, it's time to bring back Michael Richards. It is. I think he never should have left. I mean, he's still alive, right? Deranged lunatic. Has the dogs attacked any more of your dolls? No, but I did find the hands and feet like embedded in the carpet. I was like, what is this? And it's like a little black hand in the carpet. I had to throw them out because I'm like, they're gonna swallow these and die. Matthew Hammond, has Andy Richter been relevant in the last 10 years? No. I wonder if you only dabble in comedy after making it if you lose your ability to garner a laugh. Yeah, he's not taking any risks. It's like I don't know. Take the opinion with a grain of salt if someone is not really out there. What's up, NVIDIA? Bless you times 2. Thank you. Imagine if every time I sneezed, I made money. In another 10 years, he's going to look like Ron Jeremy. Oh, you mean Leo? Famous birthday dates. Okay, let's take some time. Who else do I share a birthday with? I know Callista Flockhart. Demi Moore. Okay, let's put this up. Maybe one day I'll be on this famous birthday chart. Ian Boggs, TikTok star. Nobody. TikTok stars shouldn't count. Again, who are these fucking people? Again, who are you? Demi Moore. Peaches. Schultz. Who are these people? Stanley Tucci. I think is he still alive? Abigail Adams, the first lady. See? That's what I'm talking about. Someone I know. Okay, who? Does anyone know who these people are? Okay, this is maybe this is a bad website I'm looking at. Holy Roman Emperor. Okay, this is dumb. I don't care about. Wow, they're taking this way back. Paracelsus, a Swiss physician. Okay, this is kind of boring. Now it's like too old. I don't know who these people are. Stubby K. I don't know who these people are. Right, Kurt Vonnegut. Jonathan Winters. That's pretty cool. Carlos Fuentes. Who else is a birthday buddy? Who are these people? Daniel Ortega. Ooh, president of Nicaragua. Classic Scorpio. Stanley Tucci. Demi Moore. Wow, she's 60 now. Callista Flockhart. Yup. Leonardo DiCaprio. Mm-hmm. Can't help but notice I'm not on this list. Weird. Must be an oversight. Cool. Birthday buddies. Oh my God, you share a birthday with Ron DeSantis? Congrats, Flagrant. Also, Amy Winehouse. I'm still upset. I had tickets to see Amy Winehouse, and then she fucking died. It was her. Paolo Nutini was going to open for her, who I also was starting to like, and they never rescheduled because she died. Yeah. Wow. This is what happens. Dudes don't check out who their celebrity birthday buddies are. That's right. And now I share a birthday with one of Nick Cannon's babies, as we all will eventually. I want him to have 30 babies. Why not? Okay. Let's see. So much celebrity news today. Let's talk about Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie says her female-led Pirates of the Caribbean movie is dead at Disney. I guess they don't want to do it. Wow. How dare they? How misogynist of them. Margot Robbie announced in a new Vanity Fair cover story that her female-fronted Pirates of the Caribbean. Do you guys say Caribbean or Caribbean? Movie is dead at Disney. Variety has reached out to the studio for comment. It was announced in June of 2020 that Oscar nominee Robbie would be the star of a new Pirates of the now I don't know how to say it Caribbean movie at Disney, written by her Birds of Prey screenwriter Christina Hodson. We had an idea, and we were developing it for a while, ages ago, to have more of a female-led, not totally female-led, but just a different kind of story, which we thought would have been really cool. Yeah, but now they got fucking what's his face back? Oh my god, I'm blanking. The guy with Johnny Depp. We had an idea. Okay, I said that already. But I guess they don't want to do it. Yeah, I guess they don't, Margot. Variety reported in summer of 2020 that Disney was in early development on Robbie's Pirates movie, as well as a second reboot written by the franchise veteran Ted Elliott and Chernobyl creator Craig Mazin. Jerry Bruckheimer, who produced all 5 Pirates movies, yeah, they probably want to have Johnny back, was attached to both new projects at the time. In an interview and this is also before like so many of these modern remakes were coming out and bombing. I mean, a few of them had already, but like there have been a lot more in the last 2 years. In an interview with the Sunday Times in May, Bruckheimer said that both films remain in development. The mega producer also confirmed that the future of the Pirates franchise does not currently have Johnny Depp involved, despite rumors touting his return. Yes, we're talking to Margot Robbie. We're developing 2 pirate scripts, one with her, one without, Bruckheimer said when asked about the future of the Pirates franchise. Will Depp be back? Not at this point. The future is yet to be decided. The previous Pirates movies, all starring Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow, grossed $1.5 billion domestically and $3.707 billion internationally, with the North American market representing a progressively smaller share. The domestic totals for 2017's Dead Men Tell No Tales hit $172 million, while foreign markets delivered $622 million. All 5 Pirates films have grossed more than $650 million worldwide, with Dead Man's Chest and On Stranger Tides both topping the $1 billion mark. Yeah, sounds like Johnny Depp was hella profitable. They're just probably thinking about how they can get him back in. And like, if it's okay with everyone, which is not going to be, but I think people would rather just make money. Poor Margot Robbie. Luckily, you're still hot. Why would he want to come back? I think right. It was very important for his like reputation that he not be considered like an abuser. Yeah, maybe he's done with movies. It's possible. It's smart to cancel it after what happened to Birds of Prey. Good. Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. What's up, little Chad? Caribbean? You say Caribbean? You say Caribbean? Well, where does that leave us? A vote for Caribbean? Oh, good. The dogs are coming in. Great. Hello, dogs. Hi. Come here. Come here, Muffin. Hello, baby. Hello, baby. Oh, it's a big girl. Oh, such a big girl. She's got a sock in her mouth. Muffin, you always be having a sock in your mouth. Why do you do that? Why did you do that? This is why no one can find their socks here. Because you're constantly taking a sock and redistributing them. And especially while people are doing laundry, you take the socks and you run away and we can't find them. And then we go, why do I have no socks that match? And it's because of you. Because you did that. Why do you do that? We buy you all these toys, Muffin. You have so many toys, but the socks. It doesn't even have to be a dirty sock. It can be a clean sock. Let go. Let go. She's just like, I'm just afraid she's going to swallow one of these one day. Like, sometimes I have little socks. Nope, it's hers now. Okay. Well, so much for that. Do your dogs do that? Do your dogs take the socks? Oh, yeah, I saw Wakanda Forever. If she hides the socks, then you won't leave the house. Oh my God. That's really precious. Because like they see us put the socks on, and then the socks on always means like you're going to leave soon. Oh, that's cute. But then why doesn't she do that with shoes? All right, let's down you go. That's it? Okay. Oh my God. Did you eat my doll? Was it you or Waffles? I'm never going to find out. Okay, I'm going to put you down because you're not doing anything. Okay, down. No, we haven't talked about Bert Kreischer yet. Thank you for the reminder. Here we go. Okay, this is a very cool story. This is what our country's about. North Dakotans rescue comedian whose tour bus got stuck in the snow. What the hell happened? A big-time comedian living in Los Angeles recently learned firsthand the selflessness, and the communal spirit of many living in the Midwest when his tour bus became stuck in the snow and he had to rely on the kindness of strangers to help him out. On Thursday morning, Bert Kreischer and his comedy tour crew drove into Bismarck, North Dakota for a performance scheduled for later that evening. However, that show was imperiled. That's a big word. And ultimately had to be rescheduled after Kreischer's tour bus got stuck in a snowstorm. How is it snowing already? Kreischer then took to social media to help from local residents. Hey, Bismarck, if you've got a snowplow, Kreischer stated in a video, I know you're probably using it right now. We could use some help. Or just come over and bring some schnapps. It's pretty effing cold out here, he added. Whoa.
Yeah, Bismarck. I've got a snowplow. I know you're probably using it right now. We could use some help. We're stuck outside Dan's Supermarket and the Century 21 Realty and Captain Jack's. Hit me up, or just come on over and bring some shots. It's pretty fucking cold out.
This is where we're located if you have a snowplow. But
hey, if you're coming with the snowplow, you'll see the bus. It's stuck.
Damn.
I'm going to the liquor store.
I'm going to the liquor store. Oh my God.
Ask and thou shalt receive. Do these gentlemen look like they can get it? You look like if I was like, send 3 guys from casting that could get a bus out of the snow. They're pulling us out of the snow. Thank you, gentlemen. And we got a bottle of vodka to split. So, all right.
Okay, when do you want it?
All right. Well, let's go get. Oh, we got to get my groceries. Thank you.
Wow,
we'll need it. It
fun.
is fucking dumping here. So I guess you guys have heard the show's been postponed tonight. I think it's up on all platforms. Obviously, it's beyond our control. We're here in Bismarck. I can technically make it there. I think there's a snowplow and a nice gentleman with a truck that has picked us up. We can't even walk across the goddamn parking lot. But we will reschedule. I don't know if they told you yet, but we'll find the date. And, maybe it's already been posted.
He's clearing it.
Shut the fuck up.
He's clearing a path for you.
He's clearing up. We have a front end loader. John, you ask, man. This is what our country's about.
Aww.
North Dakota showed the fuck up. There's a 4-wheeler. I'm here.
Wow.
Shit. There's a front end loader. What the fuck? God damn it. Everyone showed up to get us out of the snow. Someone go get a case of some Busch Light. Let's start drinking. Yeah.
You missed it. We all shoved it out.
Oh, shit. Look at this.
Wow, they dug it out.
See, Ron, not all white people are bad.
Wait, did he say you?
See, Ron, not all white people are bad.
No, just you.
Just you.
The fireball.
The fireball party pack. And a PBR.
Oh my God.
We should just do the show out here in the snow. Yeah. Guys, I'm going to take my shirt off real quick. Hold my phone. Cheers to North Dakota.
I love it.
Yeah, Bismarck. I'll be the first one to start.
I gotta go. I'll call you later.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's fucking moonshine. All right, pass it around. I just got tested. I'm clean. This is my Joe Rogan thought of the day. When you live in a place where Mother Nature is in control, people are nicer.
Wow.
Look at them. They're helping each other out. I hate to say this out loud, but I don't think you see this in LA.
No.
I think you see people looting each other's houses.
Yep.
And being like, "Oh, free car. That's my car."
Huh.
That is my. And I'm thinking of Joe when I see all this.
Wow. Very good point. What a fun, interesting journey. But like, even if you don't know Bert Kreischer, you're not a fan of his, or even not a comedy fan, you watch that and you're like, oh, he seems like a ton of fun. I would love to go to one of his shows. He seems like a good hang. He's getting everybody drinks. Wow, that's pretty cool. The Bismarck community responded in spades. George Pell of Guth Miller and Son Dirt Works was plowing near the state capitol when he got the call to assist Kreischer and his team. When Pell and his front end loader arrived, Kreischer could barely contain his excitement. You ask, man, Kreischer stated, seemingly referencing a biblical quotation he made elsewhere in the video. Ask and thou shalt receive. This is what our country's about, Kreischer continued. North Dakota, show the fuck up. Pell was glad to help and regretted only that he could not stay with the comedy group longer, but there was more work to be done. I wish I had more time to visit, but I had to get back to snow removal, Pell said while still plowing snow on Friday morning. And Pell wasn't the only North Dakotan to answer the call. Several others showed up with shovels, plows, and liquor to save the bus and spread the cheer. Kreischer made sure to share their faces and, in some cases, the names of local businesses like Dan's Supermarket to give credit to those who helped and to spread the word about the good people of North Dakota. Their generous neighborly spirit was not lost on Kreischer, who was originally from St. Petersburg, Florida, and now lives in LA with his family. This is my Joe Rogan thought of the day, Kreischer admitted later in the video. When you live in a place where Mother Nature is in control, people are nicer. Look at them. They're helping each other out. I hate to say this out loud, but you wouldn't see this in LA. You'd see people looting each other's houses and be like, oh man, free car. That's my car. Cheers to North Dakota, Kreischer stated as he stood outside a blizzard with complete strangers who brought along a Fireball whiskey party bucket, a PBR pounder, and a bottle of Sweet Hill apple pie moonshine. Man, this is some cold weather drinking right here, this moonshine. To celebrate with one another as Kreischer's bus was pulled to safety. Kreischer's Bismarck show, originally scheduled for last Thursday, so November 10th, has been rescheduled for March 22nd. The Friday show in Fargo, which was likewise postponed, has been rescheduled to February 28th. All tickets previously purchased for the affected shows will be honored. Wow, that's so nice. Good for Bert. I like that he made content out of it and made the best of the situation. What a great story. Now I want to go to North Dakota. That's winter camping with high school buddies drinking. Oh, yeah. It made me like excited for the snow, like snow drinking. Too cold to be a shadow, hiding hoodlum in many parts of the world. Yeah, people are a lot nicer away from cities. True, because you need your neighbors. Wow. I think Bert being a lovable bear and just letting his messy self be public is why people love him. Absolutely. He's genuine. And he seems fun. Apple cider chaser. Yeah. NVIDIA, you've been to North Dakota? I've never been there. At my last day job, the assistant that worked across the cube was from North Dakota. She seemed very sweet. But like also worked too hard. Wow. Meat is good for snow. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's fun. I like that he's getting out there. Okay, y'all. If you're in Jersey, I'm going to be in the Stress Factory in New Brunswick on Thursday with Keanu Thompson. Well, what's up, Pilgrim Media? Tampa loves you. And I love Tampa. I have to come back. I'm obsessed with Tampa, you freaking kinky bastards. Kate Berg, morning, Chrissy. What have you riled up? Oh, you know, the same as usual. Russell Hall, no one puts Chrissy in a corner except for Leo. Oh, yeah. Leo can do whatever he wants. Yeah. You know, Bert does well with his shirt off, just saying. I'm not going to steal someone else's brand, boobs. Your aunt used to live there, so you would visit her once a year. Oh, that's cool. Cold weather does reduce crime statistically. Yeah. True that. So if you're in Jersey, come see me this Thursday at the New Brunswick Stress Factory. And then December 3rd, I'll be in Vineland, New Jersey at a place called Casey Ray's. I got to get the details for that up on my website. But yeah, this has been another installment of Mayor in the Morning. We will see you back here tomorrow, same time. And yeah, tune into West Spot tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. And then who do we have coming up this week? Oh, this is exciting. So Tuesday, I'm interviewing Vic Mignogna at 9 o'clock. And then Wednesday, I'm interviewing the Steel Toe crew. So that's Aaron and April. They're probably live streaming right now because they also always working. And that's it. I'm working on a few more. Back on FNT this week for sure. And what else? Should I pick out another random article? Anything uplifting and fun? No. Oh. Gisele. Have you guys been following Gisele? The Gisele and Tom Brady split? Okay, fine. Just this last one. Gisele and Tom Brady. I can't believe they actually split. I saw part of the Timcast with Milo. I want to rewatch it though. Gisele Bundchen, she's back. She's back on the town. She is single and ready to mingle. She had a night out with a Joaquim Valente. Ooh. Man in the gray shirt. Damn. They were such a beautiful couple. How come they couldn't make it work? Not with this freaking guy. A jiu-jitsu instructor? What the hell do you think, Gisele? He literally looks like Tom from MySpace. She's dating Tom from MySpace. Why, Gisele? Why? You know what's annoying? It's like all these, this is what's most annoying about celebrity couples. It's like they'll be in a relationship for a month or dating someone for a few weeks and they're already freaking on vacation together, like somewhere nicer than like I could never afford in my whole freaking life. You know what I mean? Like they're already somewhere nicer than I would ever go for like a honeymoon. Good for them. Jiu-jitsu. I wonder if this is her jiu-jitsu instructor. Okay. I don't even know where this is. Koji in the Provincia de Putarinas. What the hell is that? What the hell is even that? Oh, they went with the kids. Benjamin 12 and Vivian 9 and Valente's brother. Crop top. Still got it, girl. Wow, these are like not great photos. But again, we're talking paparazzi. While it is unclear when the pair's possible romance began, Bundchen and Valente did a shoot for Dust magazine in 2021. Yeah, I think there's your answer. Oh my God, was this like super hot? I'm going to show this their shoot. Let's see if there's sexual tension here. What the hell is this?
Oh, come on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think here's our answer. I think it started in 2021. Oh my God. This is her jiu-jitsu. This is her jiu-jitsu teacher. Yeah. Okay. They were hooking up. We spent many weekends and vacations in his house. Very close relationship with him. What the fuck? Wow. This knowledge, Sure, it's about jujitsu. The concepts. Okay. Wow. Yeah. he was banging the jujitsu teacher. All right, I've seen enough. I've made up my mind. She was seeing jujitsu guy on the side. An awesome teacher, indeed. I believe the more tools we have in our toolbox, the better. One of these tools is my jujitsu teacher's cock. Bundchen told her followers in February, I feel stronger, more confident, and empowered since I started practicing self-defense. It's an important skill for all, but especially for women. Especially if you're sleeping with your teacher. Thank you, Valenti brothers, for making training so much fun. Yeah, I bet it was. She continued while sharing footage of her fighting skills. I am looking forward to keep improving. Let's go. Brady reacted to the video via Twitter at the time, writing, my days of leaving dishes in the sink are numbered. Oh, boy. I wonder if they were fucking around. Page 6 broke the news in September that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback and Bundchen's marriage was on the rocks after an epic fight. The former couple waited weeks to break their silence on their split, announcing separate Instagram stories last month that they had already finalized their painful, difficult divorce. Aw. That's sad they couldn't make it work. Like, look what a beautiful family. We arrived at this decision amicably and with gratitude for the time spent together. The NFL player 45 wrote in his social media upload, we will continue to work together as parents. The children are our priority. Or you could start banging your jujitsu teacher. Well, the first jujitsu instructor urging a student to spend more time with him on the mat. She cheated on her husband and the father of her children. And here you are waving pom-poms. Oh. Will it change your mind if it is discovered she had an affair with this guy while married? I mean, come on. If there was enough sexual tension for them to start dating after the divorce, then there was enough sexual tension there to at least be like flirting and interest and like simmering. Come on, it's Tom from Facebook, from MySpace. Interesting. I think she should have tried to make it work, but maybe she did. Yeah, you're in the article comments while we were right here. All right, what did you guys think? Her primary defense is to just drop her pants and turn around. Hey, self-defense comes in many different forms. He is the master of genital jitsu. Very good. She was practicing the D bar. I need a vomiting emoji. No wonder he chose concussion fuel over her. She's trash. Wow. Naked grappling. We think she might have been. I mean, come on. If you start dating your jujitsu instructor like right away, come on. Signs point to there had to have been sexual tension there. A closeted witch? Is there proof of this? So she took a new man somewhere fun with kids so adults won't be having fun, and she's doing it to trigger Brady. Ooh, maybe. Yeah, how could he not be pissed? Like, you take the whole family away. Wow. Yeah, I just don't like that she's already back out there with some. The fact that she is out there with a new man so quickly after the divorce points to they were probably fucking around and they're like waiting for it to be final so they could be out there about it. He's retired, so she wants some of his kid. I mean, Gisele was not a broke bitch. Like, she was probably one of the top Victoria's Secret angels ever. Made a shit ton of money. Look what Tampa did to this poor woman. Are you talking about me? Oh, no, Gisele. Tom Brady did lose a ton of money from the FTX crash. Oh, is that true? I'm learning about that now. Damn. I'm going to be a man. Congrats. Congrats, Corn Pop. I knew you could do it. He's a master of cock blocking. Yeah. Reverse the roles of a guy did this would be open shut case. She was messing around. Oh, I think that this is an open and shut case. I think it's obvious to me. Pretty flagrant about it right now. They lost $600 million on FTX. Holy crap. Wow. Tom Brady had more chemistry kissing his son. She made more than Tom. Yeah, I also have heard that. Let's see. How much is Gisele worth? Oh, wow. The New York Post already broke this down because the New York Post is thinking what we're thinking. Okay, let's pull this up. Gisele Bundchen puts the super and supermodel and super millionaire. It was recently reported that the power couple have reached a divorce settlement, launching what's sure to be one of the biggest financial splits in celebrity history. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback and the catwalk queen have officially decided to end their 13-year marriage, TMZ first reported. Bundchen filed the divorce papers Friday, and Brady's not expected to contest them. The terms of Brady, 45, and 42-year-old Bundchen's settlement will remain confidential and sealed, the outlet reported, but the A-listers will need to divide their massive assets. Brady and Bundchen share son Benjamin, 12, daughter Vivian, 9, as well as son Jack, 15, from Brady's previous relationship with Blue Blood star Bridget Moynihan and millions of dollars. By the way, Bridget Moynihan came to the school that I worked at when I worked in admissions at the school on the Upper East Side, private all-boys school. Bridget Moynihan came in to try to get her son in there, so I met them. Fun fact. Wait, so they share? Does Bridget Moynihan not take care of the son? Why is this Jack lumped in with these two? Although Brady has been the one bringing home the bacon in recent years, Bundchen is actually the bigger breadwinner of the family. Brady has reported a net worth of $250 million, according to Celebrity Net Worth. However, Spotrac estimate, what the hell is Spotrac? Estimated that number will be closer to $333 million after the 2022 season. While the gridiron god brings home a hefty paycheck, it's actually minimal compared to his wife's lucrative endorsement deals. Bundchen is reported to have her own $400 million fortune. The Brazilian bombshell walked in her first Victoria's Secret fashion show in 2000 and continued as an angel for nearly a decade until she hung up her wings in 2007. Wow, that's it? I thought she did it for longer. Wow, this photo screams early 2000s. Yeah, she has been named the highest paid model in the world 14 times. Oh my God. I think she's beautiful. Her body's retarded. Remember this? Remember when the Victoria's Secret angels were hot? Remember those days? The good old days? Gisele's endorsement deals and career earnings. The international style star signed a record-breaking 5-year contract with Victoria's Secret in 2000 for $25 million. Then she went on to earn $25 million in 2009 alone from campaign deals, including Versace, True Religion, Dior, and Ebel watches. Bundchen has also starred in an array of commercials, and in 2015, she appeared in more TV commercials in Brazil than any other celebrity. Forbes reports that she earned a total of $386 million from her modeling career. They also named her as the highest paid poser in the world for the 14th year in a row in 2016. Is this where she's from? Oh, she purchased their Miami mansion in 2020 with plans to completely redo the spot and make it their own. Oh. But the family. They own a remote home in Costa Rica where they were for much of the pandemic. So they were really roughing it. It is believed that the pair own a property in Big Sky, Montana. That's where all the based, like, not really Republicans, but yeah. They probably are. A couple have recently downsized their New York City condo in Tribeca. I think I know where this is. Okay, so they sold that. They share a 26 million property portfolio, with their most recent property being purchased a $17 million home in Indian Creek Island in Miami, nicknamed Billionaire's Bunker, that they bought in 2020. They also own 3 other impressive spots in New York City, Montana, and Costa Rica. Brady and Bundchen downsized their Manhattan home late last year to a south-facing 12th floor, 5,300 square foot condo overlooking the Hudson River. The new spot was only $3.6 million compared to $36.8 million their larger condo was sold for. Few details about the Montana home are known, but Brady has been spotted enjoying the Yellowstone Club in the super exclusive development in Montana, where the rich and famous such as Bill Gates and Justin Timberlake escaped to. It is estimated that the couple spent several $1 million on the private purchase, as condos at the exclusive community start at $5.7 million and homes go for up to $30 million. They share a very private remote home in the Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica, where the family often vacations, but even less is known about this property. Secrets. Wow. Power couples at Brady and Bundchen's level are assumed to have signed a prenup agreement before merging their lives and millions together, but the existence and details of such an agreement have yet to be confirmed. The couple have been living apart in Miami, where the quarterback is in the midst of his 23rd NFL season, but they have plenty of houses to jet set off to. Bundchen put her career on pause to raise their kids while Brady ran. I mean, she also was done with modeling, I think. But as the children got older and the couple splits, it's unclear what the supermodel's future holds. Yeah, she made a retarded money. Damn, so it sounds like she was in Costa Rica with the new man. Yeah, let's see if I can name. This is what? Alessandro? Alessandro. I can't remember her name. That's Gisele. Is this Candace Swanepoel? This is Adriana Lima. I used to know all their names. Wow. Okay. Tampa do be driving the women crazy. That's what happens to Tampa. Yeah. She will come out with a skincare line, loungewear, cosmetics, get home appliances. Yeah, maybe she can go into like the Chrissy Teigen market of like a line of bowls and shit for Target. Yeah, and Tom was just playing some backyard football with the boys, right? Can't stand the downplaying. Yeah. I think her career was ending and his was still going strong. I don't know. I think they should have made it work. Because the kids are still like pretty young for a divorce. All right. Well, I hope they're going to be okay. I think they will. I have a feeling they'll be all right because they have a ton of money. Okay. Now I'm really ending. Guys, tune in. What Spot is tonight, 7 o'clock on Compound Media. And yeah, got Vic Mignogna on Tuesday, Steel Toe Crew on Wednesday. And I'm scheduling some more things, so stay tuned. And we will talk later. Corn Pop, Blocka Blocka. Thank you. I don't know what that means. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.